The smell of blood-soaked sand fills your nose. The noise is deafening. 70,000 people screaming your name, or screaming for your death. You still don't know which one. The iron gate in front of you begins to rise. The sunlight cuts through your eyes like a knife, and out there the entire world is standing up, waiting for you. You have a sword in your hand, a shield on your arm, and a heart beating so hard you swear the man next to you can hear it. Today might be your last day, or it might be the day you become a legend. Welcome to the arena. You weren't born a gladiator. No one is. Perhaps you were captured in a war, a warrior from a distant tribe, defeated by Roman legions and chained in a stinking ship for weeks. You saw your people destroyed. You saw everything you knew disappear on the horizon. Or perhaps you were a slave since childhood, born in the house of some wealthy Roman, nameless, without rights, without a future, only serving, silent, invisible. Or, and this will surprise you, perhaps you chose this life. This happened more often than history tells. Free men, poor, with no money, no prospects, signed a contract with the owner of a gladiator school. They sold their own freedom in exchange for guaranteed food, a place to sleep, and the chance, the small and dangerous chance, to become someone. Either way, destiny led you to the same place. The chains were loosened, the door opened, and you entered the ludus, the gladiator school. The ludus is not a prison, but it's not far from it either. The walls are high, guards are everywhere, and you sleep in a small, cramped room with other men who came from every corner of the known world. But there is food, every day, and that for many who arrive there is already more than they had before. The diet is strange, mostly barley, beans, vegetables. The Romans call you hordeari, the barley eaters. It sounds like an insult, but it isn't. This food creates a layer of fat on your body, and this fat, you will soon discover, protects your muscles and organs from superficial cuts. It is edible armor. Training begins at dawn. The lanista, the man who bought you, who owns you, who will bet money on your life, keeps an eye on everything. You start with a wooden sword, heavy, clumsy, not elegant at all. You strike it against a wooden post called a palace for hours, days, weeks, until your arm hurts so much you can't even lift a spoon. Then you rest, eat, sleep, and the next day you start all over again. The instructors are ex-gladiators, men with scars that tell stories they will never tell you in words. They don't shout for no reason. They shout because they know exactly what awaits you out there, and they want you to come back alive, because a dead gladiator brings no profit. Weeks pass, months, and one day, the lanista looks at you differently. He observes how you move, where your strength is, how you react to danger, if you are fast or powerful, if you prefer to attack or defend. And then he decides who you are going to be. You might become a murmillo, the heavy warrior with a closed helmet, a large shield, and a short sword. The most common type, the blue-collar worker of the arena, or a retiarius, the man with the net and trident, almost no armor. Exposed, fast, terrifying to see, the crowd favorite because it seems impossible for someone like that to survive. Or a thraex, inspired by the warriors of Thrace, small shield, curved sword, agile, unpredictable. Each type has a style, a philosophy of fighting, a way of dying that the public expects to see. And from now on, you are no longer a nameless slave. You have a war name, a symbol, an identity that will be shouted by crowds. This changes something inside you. You don't know exactly what, but it changes. The day comes. You remember every detail as if time had slowed down. The noise starts early. The whole city feels it when there are games. The streets get crowded, the taverns get empty, everyone goes to the amphitheater. You and the other gladiators enter in a procession through the center of the city. People look at you in a way you've never been looked at before. With fear, with desire, with admiration, with bloodlust. It's everything at once. Arriving at the arena, you wait under the stands, in the dark, hearing the noise from above explode in waves. Executions happen first, then animals, bears, lions, enraged bulls fighting against men with spears. And then the real fights arrive. When the door rises and you step out, the light blinds you for a second, and then you see it. 70,000 people, all standing up, all looking at you. In the center, on the other side of the sand, there is a man. He also came from far away. He also trained for months. He is also afraid, even if you can't see it under his helmet. A referee stands between the two of you. The signal is given, and the world disappears. There is no thought here. There is only the present, the movement of his shield, the angle of the sword, the rhythm of the steps, the sand slipping under your feet, The noise of the crowd that fades and fades until it becomes a distant hum in the back of your head. Fights are not fast like in the movies. They are slow, calculated, exhausting. You walk in circles, advance, retreat, test, wait for the mistake. When you take a hit, the pain is real. No armor protects everything. A cut on the arm, a blow to the shoulder, the blood runs hot, the crowd bellows, they want emotion, they want to see someone bleed, they want that moment of suspense where everything can change in half a second. And then it happens. You see an opening, an instant, half a wrong step from your opponent, and you act. The man falls. The arena explodes. The referee stops the fight. The man on the ground raises his finger. The universal gesture, I lost. And now the eyes of 70,000 people turn to the stage where the editor, the rich man who sponsored the games, will decide the fate of the defeated. The public shouts. Some want mercy, others want blood. Today, the editor raises his thumb. Mercy. The man on the floor will live. And you are standing, breathing deeply, with your heart in your throat, with blood on your arm, with sand in your teeth. And you are alive. You survive the first fight, then the second, the third. And something begins to change. Your name begins to circulate. First in the amphitheater, then in the taverns, then in the streets. Graffiti appears on the walls of Rome with your name. Rich women send notes to the ludus. Children imitate your fighting style in the alleys. You've become an idol, but make no mistake, you still sleep behind a locked door. You still belong to someone. You can still be sent to fight any day against anyone without being consulted. Fame doesn't buy freedom, but it buys small privileges, a larger cell, better food, sometimes a woman, sometimes wine, and between fights, there is plenty of time to think. You think of those who died by your side, men you ate with, trained with, slept in the same room with, men who became friends before becoming a memory. You learn not to get attached, but you never truly learn. Every gladiator knows what they want. The rudies, a wooden sword, small, symbolic, with no value at all as an object. But when the editor hands it to you in the center of the arena, after years of fighting, before tens of thousands of people, it is worth everything. It means you are free, that you fought enough, that you survived enough, that you bled enough, and that now, finally, you belong to yourself. Some gladiators who receive the rudies become instructors in the ludus itself. Others open businesses. Others get married, have children, try to forget. But most carry the marks for the rest of their lives, in their bodies, in their dreams, in that look that those who have never entered an arena cannot understand. So now you know. Being a gladiator wasn't just fighting, it was a whole life compressed into an existence of extremes. Hunger and plenty, slavery and fame, fear and glory, death and rebirth. You weren't a movie hero. You weren't a monster. You were a human being thrown into a system that turned suffering into entertainment. And that sometimes turned that same suffering into something that looked like freedom. The iron door rose one last time, and this time you walked through it carrying your own wooden sword in your hand, free. Thanks for watching another video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. We'll see you in the next video.